Henry, what are the key stages moving into manufacture?
Well, once we've got a design, once we've tested the product, once we're certain that it's ready for manufacture, once we've done potentially the pre-compliance testing, certification work, so that all of the foundations are laid to move into manufacture, then the thing that we've probably done already in parallel with that is we've chosen the factory that we want to use with, and in doing so we'll have been through our supplier database, we'll have matched the quality, functional requirements, the management requirements in the factory with the product that we're making, and all of the machinery and the skills and the engineering services to make sure that we've got a very good fit for the product and the place it's going to be manufactured in. We have databases of factories that we work with. We grade them in tiers of performance. We've audited them very thoroughly, so we understand in great detail the management structure, the management's attitude to larger and smaller production runs, the management's attitude to quality. We understand how much they've invested in quality systems. We understand how many quality engineers they've got in the factory. We understand the grade of the equipment they're using for product testing, so we understand how clear and precise they can be when they're actually testing quality on the production line. We understand the machines in the factory. So all of those points go towards us selecting the right factory for the manufacturing run. Once the factory's selected, we'll have worked through pricing. We'll understand what it's going to cost to tool the project, what it's going to cost to set the production lines up, what it's going to cost to actually make the products. We bring all that together, we select it with the client very much, and finally what we do is we draw up a contract, both client side and factory side, so that we're all tied in through the next phases. These phases, when you're moving into manufacturing, are complicated and you're looking to learn a lot all the way through to the process. It's the first time you've made the product. Everything you do, you can learn more about it. You can learn how to improve the product, how to improve the efficiency of the manufacturing, and therefore how to end up in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, in 2 years' time, after cycles of production with better and better products. So the first thing we do then is we produce tooling. And the tooling is an investment, it's a big capital expenditure, but when you've invested in your tooling, potentially for most of the work that we'll be doing, it'll produce you hundreds of thousands of units at low cost. So that capital expenditure is very important, and the decisions you're making around the tooling there are very much how many do you expect to need to make a week, a month, a year. So you're investing in the right level of tooling to give you the right production volume to make sure that you're meeting the market expectation and the sales volume that you've put in the business plan. Once the tooling's produced, we'll get samples in from the factories. We'll work very closely with clients. We'll look at the quality of the samples. We'll look at do they meet all of the requirements that we have. And when we've ticked all those boxes, and there may be several rounds of changes in there because, again, we're doing it for the first time. But once we've really signed off that tooling, we're then ready to manufacture and actually go into volume production.